Hey, how's it going? ZmanTheTech here. Thanks for tuning in to Snowly Games. As always, I appreciate you very much. And today we're taking a quick look at the Yoke wireless controller for PlayStation Classic, released on June 20th of 2019. And it also works with PC. And undoubtedly, this is a wireless controller with a dongle that enables you to play your PlayStation Classic in a cordless manner. When it comes to design, the Yoke wireless controller mimics the official PlayStation Classic controller, with the exception of more softly rounded edges, differently shaped select and start buttons, and a unique directional pad. Over extended periods of time, the official controller tends to cramp the hand based on its grip design, but thankfully this controller remedies that with its well-rounded grip along the base and underside of the trigger section. The buttons feel firmly secure and have a satisfying press down to them, exhibiting that the membranes and input contacts are of decent quality. Shoulder buttons are firm and responsive, and the start and select buttons, having a much larger shape, make them easier to press when needed. Now, as far as the D-pad, it is probably the least favorite aspect of this controller, and it's really a shame because it being modeled after the original means that there is no other option for navigation. The D-pad is all you've got. And what makes it a problem is that it hurts. Literally, after a short play session, it can cause blisters if not used in moderation. The whole controller felt so comfortable to use until I used the D-pad. It seems to have elevated arrows on a circular pad that doesn't really have a decent roll action, so Street Fighter and KOF are out of the question. It cuts into your thumb because the edges of the arrows are sharp, and that really is a shame. As mentioned prior, the major caveat is the horrible D-pad in its design that physically hurts you. And the only other thing that comes to mind is the experience of input latency, but that's only when the batteries get low, so that should be expected. Every other aspect of this controller feels great. So in conclusion, this controller is definitely an option for playing your PlayStation Classic wirelessly, but the D-pad being the way it is makes it a hard sell for me, especially when it physically hurt me after prolonged use due to its design. Everything else passes inspection, just not the D-pad. And as you can see, I acquired this controller on clearance at my local GameStop. So if you see it in the wild, just take heed of my warning. So with that, my final score for the Yoke wireless controller is a 5 out of 10. And as much as I hate to harp on products and games that have issues, I like to be as honest and forthcoming as I can. So hopefully you can appreciate that. And with that being said, if you like what you saw, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Remember to keep it locked to Snowly Games for all of your indie game, third-party game, tech review coverage, and sometimes Nintendo and retro games thrown in the mix. Have a good day.